Hello everyone! It's fall again and pumpkins are everywhere. You might have one of these on your front porch, or maybe one of these in your fall decorations. But have you ever thought about putting pumpkin on your dinner plate? I'm Therese from the Gwinnett County Public Library, and today we'll learn how to use pumpkins in healthy cooking. Did you know that pumpkins are believed to have been a part of the North American diet for about 7,500 years? And for good reason. As you can see, pumpkin is high in fiber, low in calories, and packed with antioxidants. It's a great source of vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and potassium. And don't throw away the seeds. Pumpkin seeds are high in magnesium, B vitamins, iron, fiber, and protein. Just one handful has about 39% of the daily recommended amount of protein. Let's take a closer look at some of the common types of pumpkins you might find in your grocery store. This larger variety is primarily used for decorative purposes. The flesh is not as good for eating, but we'll learn how to roast the seeds for a healthy snack. And we'll keep the outside of the pumpkin intact so you can still use it for your Halloween or fall decorations. This one is called a sugar pumpkin or sometimes a pie pumpkin. As its name implies, it's often used in making desserts, but today we're going to learn how to roast it and how to make pumpkin puree to use in healthy recipes. Before we get started, you'll need to assemble a few supplies: a carving knife, a large spoon, a large bowl or container, a parchment-lined baking sheet, a large kitchen knife, and a smaller knife. You'll also need a few ingredients from the pantry: cooking oil, salt, and any additional seasonings you'd like to use. Gather your supplies and let's get cooking. To make roasted pumpkin seeds, begin by removing the seeds and pulp from the inside of the pumpkin. If you'd like to save the fleshy part for decorative use, just cut a small hole in the top. If you don't need to keep the outside of your pumpkin pretty, maybe you want to add it to your compost pile, then you can make a larger opening so it will be easier to scoop out the seeds. Once you get the top off, it's time to start scooping. This part can get messy, so I recommend spreading out old newspapers or working on a surface that wipes up easily. If you have little people in your house, scooping pumpkin guts is a great sensory activity for them. Just be prepared for some cleanup afterward. When you have all the insides on the outside, go through and pull out the seeds. This is another great opportunity to enlist young helpers. Wipe the seeds off and, for best results, lay them out to dry overnight. When everything is clean and dry, they'll be ready to roast. Place the dry seeds in a bowl and add a little bit of oil. Sprinkle on some salt and any other seasonings you want to use. I'm adding some chili powder. Mix well, then spread the seeds on a baking sheet. Roast them in a 300-degree oven for 45 minutes, stirring occasionally. When they're done, you can store them in an airtight container for about a week, if they're not all gone before then. Enjoy roasted pumpkin seeds on their own, or add them to trail mix, soup, hot or cold cereal, sauteed veggies, salads, or granola. To make roasted pumpkin, we're going to use this smaller variety because the flesh will be less stringy and better for eating. First, remove the stem. Then cut the pumpkin in half and remove the insides. You can save the seeds to roast later. When the pulp and seeds are removed, slice the pumpkin into wedges. Arrange the wedges on a parchment-lined baking sheet and rub them with a little bit of cooking oil. Roast them in a 400-degree oven for about 35 to 40 minutes, or until they're tender when you poke them with a fork. When the pumpkin is cool enough to handle, remove the peel and cut the flesh into bite-sized pieces. Roasted pumpkin is great in pasta dishes, quesadillas, sautéed greens, or roasted vegetable side dishes. For more recipe options, add your cooked cubed pumpkin to a blender and puree until smooth. Pumpkin puree is a healthy addition to oatmeal, smoothies, soups, sauces, hummus, risotto, chili, hot beverages, and more. For more ideas on how to use pumpkin in healthy recipes, check out some of these books from the Gwinnett County Public Library. We'd love to see some of your favorite ways to cook and eat pumpkin. Please consider sharing your pictures and recipes with us by emailing daclib@gwinnettpl.org and using Pumpkins Aplenty in the subject line. Thank you for joining me today to learn more about pumpkins. I hope you discovered some new and healthy ways to enjoy this fall favorite.